It's self-love. Taking care of myself first.
Yeah.
Because if I don't, I can't take care of my child. You have to always be on your road or on your way to somewhere. When you're on your golden road, you're on your golden road. And sometimes we get sidetracked. We get onto our gravel roads.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Buzzing Podcast. With me, I have Mariska Janse. So excited to have you here. Mariska, tell us a little bit about yourself and who you are and what you do for a living.
Thank you so much for having me. Well, I'm Mariska Janse. I'm a life and transformation coach with the company Kindness Connect. I'm a life coach and I help people find their direction, their goals, just look at everything that I need in life in terms of mindset, mental wellness. So who am I? Where am I from? Born and raised in the northeastern Free State.
Wow.
Third child of 4.
Awesome.
And after school, I went working in a law firm for 10 years.
Wow.
Thereafter, starting my own business in Stellenbosch, and then I moved across to the UK, and now I'm back in George for the past 2 years.
The best place to be.
Best place to be. Absolutely love this place.
Yeah, such an exciting journey that you went through. So tell us a little bit about your calling and the passion for what you're doing now.
Okay. So my life coaching journey started in the UK. I started as a foster carer for our local authority. And with that, I became inquisitive, counseling the parents.
Yes.
And then I started with the counseling journey, the counseling skills, and then I went into coaching, the life coaching, transformation coaching, and spiritual healing.
Sure.
So that was all UK-based.
Yeah.
And then I moved across to SA, and now I'm changing the lives of the South Africans.
Wow. That's amazing. So you said you worked in a lawyer's firm.
Yes.
And then you went to the UK and started life coaching. So how did you make that transition and what forced you to make that transition?
Okay, so first I worked in a law firm.
Yeah.
Then I quit it.
Okay.
And in my performance appraisal, I resigned and I said, well, I'm basically starting my own company, which is a catering business in Stellenbosch.
Okay.
And I needed your business, please.
Yes. Great.
So eventually I got the contract.
Sure. Well done.
Thank you. And then I got married a year after we relocated to the UK. And then lived there for 10 years.
Yeah.
So during this time is where my life coaching journey started.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
And how did you experience adapting to the UK from South Africa then?
It was traumatizing. That's why I'm back.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, South Africans are the most incredible people.
Yeah, come on.
You cannot compare. Nothing compares.
Yes.
And I think that's why it was so difficult for me to adjust to UK, culture. But, everything is a lesson and we learn.
Definitely.
And we take the feedback and we implement.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's where I'm in. Yeah,
definitely.
I'm back in my happy place.
Yeah, that's amazing. So tell me this, right? Working with people, I mean, that's a lot of work. It's daunting. So starting your own business, going to a point where you start working with people, understanding them, going through that process, for me, it explains that you have a passion for this, right?
Absolutely.
So how did you end up becoming the person that said, well, I want to make a change in other people's life? Like, what happened in your life? What was the pivotal point in your life that brought you to that specific point?
Okay, so a couple of things happened in my life. I always say any life coach, counselor, or actually any person has a story to tell.
Yeah, 100%.
So my story started with early loss. I lost my father when I was 8 years old. So that taught me how to build resilience. Subsequently, I had a challenging childhood. And that basically taught me a little bit of empathy, and then after that, you choose codependent relationships, and that teaches you self-discovery.
Yes.
And living in the UK taught me inner strength, and also how to work through your challenges as a person. So that motivated me as a person to be a better person.
Yeah.
And your strength eventually helps you
Yeah.
to help other people.
Sure.
I cannot coach somebody if I cannot have empathy for them.
Yeah.
I cannot sit with somebody and not feel what they feel.
Yeah.
So that's my core
Yeah.
values of my business is if I can't help you whilst feeling what you feel,
Yeah.
then it's not my calling.
Yeah. That's amazing, eh? And it's, I mean, like it's always difficult to understand like how people go from a challenging environment to actually finding a way how they want to improve other people's life. I always find like the best stories, not that is one story better than another, but the best stories of people or people that went through challenges, that went through all of the difficult times, and they experienced something that they went through that they don't want other people to go through as well. And it's like you say, you just need to have that empathy towards other people. It's really loving other people. So in that, how do you detach yourself emotionally with the people? Because I mean, I think you get so involved in those people's life, right? And now you as Mariska, you need to stay strong, right? And you need to make sure that those things doesn't affect you, the things that you are hearing. So how do you detach yourself? And I mean, in the mindset that you need to have towards that, how do you deal with those things on a daily basis?
Okay. You have to practice self-love.
Sure.
With self-love comes self-care automatically. And you say no to the things that distract you from your self-love. So if we will get to this eventually, but if I don't say no over weekends to events that distracts me from realigning and reassessing within myself, then I can't, progress
Yes.
in a happy mode in week time, assisting people that I need to assist. So to detach emotionally is just to go into this conversation with a clear mind and to listen to what people's got to tell you and to challenge them on their beliefs, on their mindset, the tools. So I don't provide answers. I give them questions. They eventually get to their own answers. And sometimes it's just a little bit, I have to be a bit of like tough love.
Yes.
Like, hello there. Where are we going with this now? But it's self-love. Taking care of myself first. Because if I don't, I can't take care of my child and I can't take care of my customer.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, amazing. So, I mean, if you encourage other people, like the life that you went through that formed you, I mean, what are those specific points that you always touch with people and in discussions to explain to people what success means to you?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Okay, success to me is to value my relationships with people. We are social beings.
Yes.
We cannot allow for bridges to be burned.
Yeah.
All right. I don't say entertain toxic environments, but nurture those who really care for you.
Yeah.
Don't chase titles and money. That to me is just a no-go. Titles and money. For me, also fulfillment in my work. And definitely the legacy that I leave behind. And with that comes energy. What is my energy like? How do I enter a place and I meet people? What is my energy like? How do people perceive me? What's the impact that I have? What are my values that I bring across? And what fulfills me? That to me is my success. Money is a tool. Title is just an addition.
Definitely.
So that to me this actually is my success. It's just being fulfilling.
I mean, and that's amazing, right? So, but how do we, I mean, sometimes I struggle to explain this to people as well, because it's not the monetary value necessarily which success is. It's really those things, like you mentioned, the value that you can bring. So how do you get people to become so excited about the lives of other people, the lives of themselves, loving themselves? I mean, for you, do you feel it's something that can be taught? Can people learn how to love other people, how to care about other people, how they can discover that success is not monetary, but it's really the impact that you make in life? Can you teach somebody that?
You can teach somebody that. It's a journey. Not everybody loves themselves. And that's the sad part of life, because we look at people who have gone through trauma after trauma after trauma. And that's when people don't love themselves. They have emotional baggage. They have things that I haven't worked through. But you know what? Come sit with me and I take you through this process of self-discovery.
Yeah.
And we look, what are the things that are holding you back from living your aligned life? We all have goals. We all
Yes.
have a vision. We all want to be in alignment,
Yeah.
but we struggle. I always say, when you're on your golden road, you're on your golden
Yeah.
road. And sometimes we get sidetracked. We get onto our gravel roads. And then you have to have the awareness of like, hang on, I'm on my gravel road now. How am I going to get back on my golden
Yes.
road?
Yes.
So it's just important to, first of all, have the awareness that, listen, I'm not in alignment with who I am and
Yeah.
where I want to be.
Definitely.
And then once you've got the awareness, you can take the next step, and that's to action, whatever the problem is.
Definitely. And that's so important. And you touched on that now as well. Like, we need to have goals. We need to have a vision.
Absolutely.
So for you as a person, how important do you see the goals being, and actually, tracking where you're going in life and the vision? How important, I first maybe just want to touch on like, what is it for you? What is your goals? What is your vision? And also, how important is it for us as human beings to actually have that in our lives?
Right. You have to always be on your road or on your way to somewhere. Life is not the end goal. Life, your goal is your destiny, is like, no, it's the road. It's your journey towards those goals.
Yes.
And you will not believe that when you're on that journey, how you actually change direction. Oh, hang on, I've discovered this about myself.
Yeah.
Now, I want to go this way, but I think I'll just take a little bit of a detour. It's critical to have goals.
Yes.
You have to have goals. Because why do you wake up every morning? What are you waking up for? What are you living for? Where's your substance in this life?
Yeah.
So for me, it's like waking up, living life. But how do you live it?
Yes.
Do you wake up in the morning and you feel like, I don't have the energy, I can't do this anymore, life is too tough?
Yeah.
Or do you wake up energized and say, hey, let's do this?
Yeah.
So the thing is also with this question is, how available are you to life?
Sure. That's amazing. That's a great question. And I think that's something that we should definitely ponder on. So before we go over to our next topics and episodes, maybe just to the listeners and the viewers, explain what is the role of a life coach? Because I think a lot of people, they always hear, maybe you should go see a life coach, right? But maybe just explain to us exactly what the role is of a life coach.
Okay. So you get life coaching. Well, various facets.
Yes.
You get transformation and wellness, and there are just many types of life coaches, and you get counselors. Now, a counselor and a therapist, like a psychotherapist or whatever, focus on healing. And a life coach is future focused.
Yes.
So you have, like, for example, a mole lives on the ground. You see yourself in darkness. You need to get out.
Yeah.
So the therapist or a counselor will help you with your healing into getting out.
Sure.
Until you can eventually pop your head out.
Wow.
Now you're like, okay, I'm right here. Which direction should I take? And that's me. Like, all right, let's see where you're at.
Yeah.
And then we do this with you.
Yeah, that's a great way to explain it. I'm looking forward to our next episodes. I think it's going to be great. And I think, I just want to encourage the listeners and the viewers as well to join for the next episodes. And I want to encourage you to focus on yourself, to focus on that inner healing, to focus on your strengths as a person. And just on that, follow Bizing, follow the platforms, follow our social media, and excited to walk this journey with you. Mariska, so great having you, and I'm looking forward to our next episode.
Thank you very much.